Understand that we have to realize that Hanukkah is the only time of the year where the number 8 is practically applied. Meaning to say that we have no other Chag which is 8 days. We have Pesach is 7 days. We're not talking about Chutz La'aretz where you have an extra day because of the Yom Tov Sheni. We're talking about the actual Deraisa. Sukkot is also 7 days. There's another Chag called Shmini Atzeres, which happens to be the day after Sukkot, so it comes out Shmini, the 8th. But it's really a Chag b'fnei atzmo, Shmini Atzeres. Not sit, Shmini Atzeres, you don't sit in the Sukkah. It's a different Chag. The only time of the year where we have 8 is Chanukah. Only time. And it's an original. There's something to say about that. Now we know the number 7 indicates the nature, 7 days of the week. And number 8 is something which is higher than the Teva. So 8 is always a number which should make in our mind light up. We're talking about something really much, much higher in the spiritual world rather than the physical. The physical world is described by the number 7. We're associated with number 7, and number 8 is the spiritual. It's higher than Teva, l'mayla min Teva, as we call it. So Chanukah is all that. It's all that. It's number 8, and it's for a certain very, very special reason. Now listen to this. This is absolutely amazing. We have before, let's say the world was created, so there was light in the world. Correct? There was light. It says in Bereshit there was or. What kind of or was it? You think it means this kind of light, the sunlight? It doesn't mean this light. Even though it's true, it may have been the sunlight, but that's not what it really means. It means there was a certain kind of, let's call it a brightness in the atmosphere. There's a certain awareness that existed at that time. That existed as long as the world was in its state of perfection. When Adam and Chava made their mistake, that light was hidden away. That's called the famous phrase, the Or HaGanuz. It's hidden away. When we have the word Geniza, where you put Shemos. So there's a Geniza for Or also. But Hashem is very, very kind to us. He reveals some of the sparks of that light in very, very special times. When does He reveal it? Reveals it on Yom Tovim and to very, very special people in Chutz La'aretz. They also can get to the Or HaGanuz. And also the Or HaGanuz is hidden in the words of the Torah. In the words of the Torah itself is the Or HaGanuz. Now on Chanukah is what we're trying to tap into to get a larger portion of that or that hidden or to come down in this world. When we have on Shabbos, we have what we call Aliyas HaOlamas. We're trying to elevate ourselves, go up there and get as high as we can. We have an Aliyas HaOlamas. On Chanukah, instead of having the Aliyah, we have Yerida. Meaning to say, we want to bring the or from up there down to us. That's what it's all about. We want to bring from the l'mayla min Teva, the number 8, we want to bring it all the way down to us. And it's very interesting, the machlokas between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai says, the first night you light 8 candles. And Beis Hillel says 1, and you add that. We know that. What are they arguing about? Is there any really substantial argument between them? What are they arguing about? So the way I was taught in the yeshiva, this is basically the very, I would say, literature or the Hasidish way of looking at it, or maybe the Reb Chaim Briska way of analyzing the machlokas. They both know exactly what each one is saying. They understand each side, understands the other side. The question is, what do you emphasize? What do you emphasize? Beis Shammai emphasizes the truth, the pnimius. And on the first night of Chanukah, you have all the energy is there. The first night, Chaf Hey Kislev, is all the energy is there. That was the nace, the big nace. It all happened on the first night. And if we're all there the first night, as you go away from that, so that light is diminishing slowly. So you go from 8 to 7 to 6, you go down and down and down. Because that's what's happening in the true spiritual world. All the energy came concentrated on the first night, Chaf Hey Kislev. Beis Hillel says, I agree with you, but we don't see that. We don't see it. When they found the Pach of Shemen in the Beis HaMikdash, they found 1 can of oil. That 1 can of oil was only supposed to last for 1 day. And somehow, by a miracle, it lasted 8 days. So every single day more that it added is an additional thing that we see. And we have to celebrate more what we see than what's going on in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, I agree with you, Shabbat. All the concentration of the energy of the Kedusha was there the first night. The first day is like the captain of it all. That's the head of it all. It was all and afterwards, as you go down, it decreases. You're taking away from it. But we don't see that. What do we see? We see only the second night the candle did not go out. The can of oil didn't go out. The third night it lasted enough. So we see an increasing nace all the time. So what we see is what's more important as far as Beis Hillel is concerned. Therefore, we celebrate what we see and not what really is going on in the inside, like Beis Shammai is. But he agrees with Beis Shammai in principle. I agree with you. But since we can't see it, and it comes out into the world, the additional candles burning all the time, that's we celebrate that. That's all. That's the only, but in principle, they agree 100% in what actually happened. Question is, what do you celebrate? What you see, or what's really going on beneath the surface? Beis Shammai says what's going on beneath the surface, that's what has to be celebrated. Therefore, start out with 8 the first night and decrease it. Beis Hillel says we don't see it that way. We see only what the eye shows. And the eye shows us that the candles didn't go out in the menorah in the Beis HaMikdash after the first night. So every night we celebrate that. Okay. So we paskin like Beis Hillel. That's the we paskin like Beis Hillel, and therefore we start with 1 and we add every single night we add another candle. But what are we doing? We're trying to bring down from that special ore that Hashem created at the beginning of the world, when he said Yehi Or, we're going to bring down that ore to us in this world. And we do it by the action of adding light. We add another candle. This is, of course, not what does it. Don't think that hanging the light, what really does it is what your kavanas are. That's what really does it. You have to have the action. But without the kavanah, it's like, when I was a child in Cheder, they used to tell us, this was it, Tefillah b'li kavanah kiguf b'li neshama. That's what I was taught in elementary school. Tefillah b'li kavanah kiguf b'li neshama. It's dead, it's empty. It's empty. Words have some kind of, let's call it value, but without the intention, without the kavanah, it's very, very, very flimsy. It doesn't have the koach, it's weak. It doesn't have the impact. When you have the kavanah together with the word, you have a davar shalem, you have a full thing, then it can be really effective. So what we're trying to do on Chanukah is with the words and the kavanah together, bring down from that or haganuz, from that hidden or from the treasure of oil that's up there, bring it down to this world. And hopefully we're going to go through it and we'll try our best. I wrote it out in a very, very clear way, but you may have to write notes on your paper. I want you to take this paper, don't give it back to me at the end. I made extra copies, take it home with you, and have it next to you when you're lighting the menorah, and hopefully you'll use it. That's my phone. Yeah, if you have any questions, very good. On the top left side, there's my telephone number. It's a cell phone number. If you have any questions, you want to ask me, if you don't understand it, you remember, please call me up and I'll be happy to explain it to you. Okay, let's go to it. Thank you. Okay, so now we understand generally what's going on. We're trying to bring down this special ore that exists in the world in Shamayim, in some hidden place, wherever it is, try to bring down sparks of that or, and it comes out. Where do we get it? If we learn Torah, some of that or comes out. On the Yom Tovim it comes out, and on Chanukah it comes out. So we want to bring down the Aron. Chanukah was made specifically for that, because it has number 8, as we said before. 8 is the symbol of L'malam in the Teva. We're trying to bring that into the Teva. Into the Teva. Okay. Now let's take a look at the sheet that you have in front of you. Before you get to any lighting at all, you have to set up the menorah. I'm assuming that people will use oil. Some people use candles. Okay, use candles. But of course, since the miracle happened with oil, it's better to use oil. And today it's very, very easy. You can buy the whole thing set up. They have already, a whole set for you with cups, little cups of oil. It's very, very easy to do. And the chatchila, it should be done that way, because that's the way the days happened with oil. So it's better to use oil. All right, now take a look at the bottom of the page. Bottom of the page, you see the word shemen. Now shemen. You see that on the right side, bottom right side, you have the word shemen. So the shemen, if you next to it, you have bo yotin. Bo yotin. Now we have in Chassidus and in Kabbalah, we have a way of substituting one letter for another. So we have a system called atbash. Atbash means that an aleph is represented by the last letter, a tav. It's at, aleph, tav. And bash is the second one, beis, shin. And it will be gimel, reish. You go till you meet in the center. So it's called at bash. So with using that aleph, basically at bash, shemen is represented by those 3 letters: beis, yud, tet. Beis, yud, tet. So now you have the shemen, and if you buy the shemen already made in the cup, so hold the shemen and think these words. Even if you're not putting the shemen into the cup yourself, so you have the shemen already in the cup, but you bought it already ready made. They sell them sets of little cups of oil for Chanukah. So you have the kavanah in your mind when you're holding it in your hand. The shemen is beis yud tav. Now, what is this beis yud tav? What does it mean? Beis yud tav, as we said, it represents shemen in the atbash aleph beis. Now look underneath the beis. You have a kamatz, and then you have another kamatz under the yud, and then you have the shva underneath the tes. Let me tell you something about the nekudos in our grammar, in our aleph beis. We have, I don't remember how many nekudas there are, but each nekuda has a value. Every nekuda has a value. A kamatz, we think of a kamatz as a T. It's not really a T. A kamatz is a line up on top with a dot underneath. That's what it really is. Kamatz is in the way that the printing machines work. It's very confusing. They couldn't do it that way, so they made it look like a T. Kamatz is a T. But really it's a line across and a dot underneath. What is the difference between a line across and a dot? What value does it have? Well, a line across is a vav. It's a vav. And the dot is 10. The dot is 10. 10. So you have, this is all together, how much is this? It's a 16. Right? One dot underneath and 10 is 16. So you have kamatz, which is a line across and a dot underneath, another kamatz, and then you have 2 dots, a shva, underneath the 10. How much does that add up to? Let's take a look. You have altogether, how many dots do you have? Using under the beis and under the yud, you have 2 dots, besides the line across. 2 dots, and then you have the 2 dots underneath the 10. So it's 10, 20, 30, 40. Correct? That's 4 dots, and each one is worth 10. And then you have the 2 lines across, each one is 6. So 40 and 12 is how much? 52. 52. 52. 52. Put to the next side. Nikud equals, you see right to the left of that? It says Nikud equals 52 beis nun. Ben. Beis nun. 52. Nun is 50 and 2 is beis. Ben. Why is that important? Now let's look up at the top. Look up at the top. Very top of the page now. You have there on the right side it says Atzilus Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. You see that on the page in front of you? Top right side. Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. Those are the four spiritual worlds. The four spiritual worlds. There's a page for you here also. Yeah. That's right. I want to give it to you to take it home. Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, and Asiya. We exist. Where are we? We're in Asiya, the lowest world. Asiya. The word Asiya means doing. This is the world of action. Things are done here. In the upper worlds, it's all not physical. Here, it's the physical world where things are done. In the three upper levels, Atzilus, Bria, Yetzira, there are spiritual levels where it's all spiritual, even though there are differences in those levels. The highest spiritual level is Atzilus. Underneath that is Bria. It's closer to the physical, one step closer. Yetzira is even further, closer. And the last level is Asiya, where things are actually done and created. It's an Asiya. So where this world was created, when Hashem created the world, in which level was he at? When we created this world, when Hashem created the world, the Kivas, Hashemayim Haaretz, in which world did it happen? It happened in Asiya. In the lowest level of Asiya, that's where we are, that's where this world is, and we are in this world, so we're in Asiya. We want to bring down from the spiritual worlds the Or HaGanuz, the hidden light. We're going to bring it down from all the way up on top to go all the way down to this world, to the Asiya. That's what we want to do. Now it's interesting, look at the Asiya. What did it come out to? Asiya, if you look where it's encircled there, it says on the left side, it's 52. You see that? You have the Yud, two Hays, two Vavs, again 2 Hays, equals Beis Nun, which is 52. That's what we are. We want to bring down, with the lighting of the menorah and our kavanah, we want to bring down the Or HaGanuz to the Olam HaSiyah, to this world. This is what we're trying to do. Okay, that's the general approach, the general direction. Okay, is there any question on what we said until now? We're not going to go further until we understand what we said until now. All right, so we have the oil. Going back to the beginning, down below. We have the oil, and the oil is physical. It's something physical, correct? And therefore, it equals, as we said before, with the Nakudas underneath, it equals to Ben, 52. 52. But if you add up the letters themselves, Beis, Yud, Tes, a Yud is 10. Correct? A test is 19. And the Beis is 21. 21 equals, it says over there, Eya. Eya is the highest level. We want to bring down from the highest level of Eya to the lowest level, to Ben, which is underneath. That's in showing the idea in the Nekudos. As you see on the very further left, from the Kesser, going further to the left of the page, the Kesed, it's area, you want to bring that down, all the way down to the lowest level, the Shechina, which is now the two Nekudos. That's what we're trying to do. Bringing down the highest Oros from Shamayim to the lowest levels where the Shechina is. And the Shechina is in this world. Okay. Any questions before we go further? Understood? All right. Now, before we do any lighting, before we do any kavanas at all, I have looked at the bottom, very bottom right. It says there's Zayin Pamim V'Hinoam and Yoshev B'Seiser. Gam B'Chol Eis Tzara U'B'Yomim Noraim. This is recommended by the Baal Shem Tov. This is when we say V'Hinoam and Yoshev B'Seiser, we say that every Motzei Shabbos. Why do we say that every Motzei Shabbos after Ma'ariv? Why do we say V'Hinoam and Yoshev B'Seiser Motzei Shabbos? You know why? Because what you do at the beginning of a period affects the entire period. We want to have Shmira all week long. So right after Ma'ariv, Motzei Shabbos, after Shmona Esrei, we say V'Hinoam and Yoshev B'Seiser. Yoshev B'Seiser is a special tefillah which was written by David HaMelech in Tehillim, which gives protection. We want Shmir for the entire week, therefore we say V'Hinoam and Yoshev B'Seiser. V'Hinoam is like a passkey to make sure that the Yoshib B'Seisa works. We say it works. You say V'hi Noam and Yoshib B'Seisa. So it brought down Chanukah, before you light the menorah, you say, the Baal Shem Tov says, say it 7 times. V'hi Noam and Yoshib B'Seisa. Say the whole thing 7 times. Motzei Shabbat, you say it only 1 time. But Chanukah, you're supposed to say it 7 times because you want to have Shmirah for the entire year. Chanukah is once a year. Motzei Shabbos, you have 52 Shabbos every year. But Chanukah you have only once. So therefore, the extra Shmirah that you want to have during the year, therefore say before you light the candles, V'hi Noam and Yoshib B'Seisa, repeat it 7 times. That's what Shem Tov says. And I wrote underneath that, it's also brought down, B'kol Eisara. When there is trouble in the world, or miyamim no'royim, it's also advised to say that by the Baal Shem Tov, because it is a shmirah against any calamities, any tragedies, any dangerous things. It's a shmirah, therefore it's very much clear to say it. And we're in the time of danger now too. Unfortunately, we're still in a war from last year, October 7th, still in a war, and the things are going on all the time, and our boys are out on the lines, and they need a shmir also. So not only saying it for ourselves, we should be saying it for all our boys who are fighting to protect us. Say it for them also. So it's very much kedai on Chanukah, when there's extra oil available, to say before you start lighting, before you make the brachos, you set it up, and then you sit down for 5 minutes. You say V'hi Noam and Yoshib B'Seisa 7 times consecutively, one after another. Okay. Now we get to the brachos itself. So look up again up at the top. So we want to bring down. I remember again. He mentioned it on the top left side. You have my cell phone number. Anybody who wants to call me before Chanukah to go over it again to any questions, please do so. Don't hesitate. Be happy to answer the question.
24/7.
Huh?
24/7.
24/7.
24/6. 24/6.
Okay. All right. So again, we're trying to bring down the Or HaGanuz. This special Or is something very, very special. Something very special. I can't explain it. You have to experience it. You have to experience it in order to appreciate what it is. I'll give you a little bit of an example. What is the Or HaGanuz? Some people say you have Ruach HaKodesh. How do you know such a thing? How do you know it? How do you know it? Nobody told them. Nobody knows it. I'll give you an example of myself. I've been a Gabbai in my shul for over 50 years. I was appointed 50 years when I came to Eretz Yisrael. I came as a Bocher. Came here, the yeshiva down at the bottom of Ibn Ezra and Ramban, Netzach Yisrael. On the corner of Ramban and Ibn Ezra is Netzach Yisrael. I came with my Rosh Yeshiva in 1971. I came here to Eretz Yisrael in 1971. I was so that somebody else was here a couple of months before me, so he appointed somebody else in the time being to be the Gabbai. If that person left, so I was appointed afterwards to be the Gabbai. I'm still the Gabbai there, over 50 years. The Gabbai. Now, Gabbai he's the one who calls up the Aliyahs on Shabbos, during the week. It happened to me time and time again. I have to decide who to call up. Of course, I try to be fair. Everybody should get an aliyah once in a while, not just to favor certain people. Certain people have to get shishi, some people have to get shlishi, maftir. We know that there's certain things that because of chiyuvim we have to give. But I try to be fair and give everybody a chance to have an aliyah. And sometimes Hashem puts it into my mind, I have to give this person aliyah. I have to give this person aliyah. So I give them the aliyah. And they come over to me and say, how did you know that I need the aliyah? How did you know I had the chiyuv? I says, I didn't know. Hashem put it into my mind. I didn't know. It happened to me many, many times. This is an example of the Or HaGanuz. This is an example of the Or HaGanuz. There are things that you just have an enlightenment about. Just know it. Where did it come from? No magic, no spells, nothing. Hashem puts it into your mind. You're in Eretz Yisrael and Yerushalayim Mir HaKodesh. You do Avodas HaKodesh inside the Beis HaKnesses. So you're trying to do Avodas Hashem. You're supposed to do the mitzvah the way you're supposed to do it. Hashem helps you. We call it Shad, the Shmaya, whatever you want to call it. This is all part of the same idea. It's this or, this special enlightenment, this or haganus, which Adam Rishon and Chava had it full blast before the head. Full blast. They knew everything, understood everything. But it was taken away because of they didn't follow instruction, and they made a mistake. But it comes in Chanukah, comes Shabbos, comes Yom Tov, comes when you learn Torah, it comes. It's all part of that Kedusha that existed there. Okay. So we want to bring down from that Or HaGanuz, we want to bring it down, and we need it. We need it very, very badly. And it's very interesting. People are saying all over the country, there is a tremendous hisorus of people becoming more religiously inclined. People, non-religious kibbutzim, have brought in Sifrei Torah. They have some kind of a drawing, something's going on. I think it's because we're getting closer and closer to Mashiach. So this or is coming out slowly, more and more and more. And it's influencing people. No one's forcing them. No one's trying to convince them. Out of their own, people are accepting things. They're taking things they realize that there's a religious community in the world, and they're not religious. There's something that's drawing them. And it's all part of it. Or how it is, as we get closer and closer to the end, it's becoming more and more revealed. More and more revealed. That's what's going on in Eretz Yisrael B'chlal. I don't know what's going on in Chutz La'aretz, but in Eretz Yisrael, I hear stories over and over and over again of places which are becoming more religiously inclined, and they're doing things, implementing things also, things that they never did before. Okay, so we're trying to bring down now. Let's go to after we put it into the oil, and we had the kavanah on the bottom. You have the kavanah. When you're putting the oil into the menorah, you have to think those letters, Beis, Yud, Tes, and with the kamatz under it, Bo, Yor, and etc. Think, and you're putting the oil in the menorah. You're trying to bring down from the oil that exists at the highest levels of as it says here. We're going to bring it down to the lowest level down here, or where we are. Before that, you had said B'hinoam Yoshe B'Seisem 7 times. So you set up the menorah and sit down by the menorah and say it 7 times. Of course, this is all voluntary. No one's forcing you. You can just say the bracha and finish with it. If you want to do it and try to get the maximum out of it, this is the way to do it. Okay. So we start now with the bracha. Underneath the circle there, you have the Baruch. Correct? Baruch Atah Hashem. I didn't put any kavanas over there also. That's the bracha. Now, in the Sidurim, most Sidurim, it says lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. Most Sidurim have that. I don't know what Chabad's nusach is, but it's most of the Sidurim that I knew since I'm a kid. It said lahadlik ner shel Chanukah. There are in that hadlik ner shel Chanukah. There are 14 words. 14 words. If you leave out the shell, it's 13. So what is the significance if you say 13 or 14? What's the whole difference? The difference is only in the kavanah. We want, by saying the bracha, we want to be ma'orer the yud gimel midos of racham. Number 13, Hashem Hashem, Ke'el racham v'chamim, er chapayim rav chesed v'emes. We want to arouse those kochos of rachamim and bring them down too. And therefore we leave out the shell so that there's 13 words. The 13 words are connected to Yud Gimel Midos of Rachamim. Therefore we leave out the shell. So you can say, well, this is the custom in my family, this is the way my father did it, my grandfather, they all said shell. So you can say shell. But have in mind, when you're saying the bracha, that you want to be ma'orer the Yud Gimel Midas of Rachamim. That's the Iker. That's the Iker. Whether you say the shell or not say the shell, that is not as important as the Kavanah. The Kavanah is when I'm saying this bracha, the first bracha, I want to arouse and I want to, what's called pump them. So they come down and they're active. The Yud Gimel Midas of Rachamim should be coming down to us. So that's the first thing you have to have in mind when you say the first bracha. You want to be ma'orer the Yud Gimel Midas of Rachamim, and that's why the first bracha has 13 words without the word shell. If you want to say how it was 14, doesn't make a difference. The main thing is what's in your mind. In my mind, when I say this bracha, The first kavanah I want to be ma'oreh to Yud Gimel Midas of Rachamim. Okay, number one. Okay, now you come to the word Shekadishon Mitzvah Tivanu Lahadlik. Now take a look at Lahadlik. Look at the first three lines up on top again. Atzilus, Bria, Yitzira. So these four words, Atzilus, Bria, Yitzira, Asiya, are the four olamos, the four levels that exist. But they're all represented by writing out to Shem Hashem in an expanded way. Look, by Atzilus you have Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, to the left. Underneath that Bria, you have Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, also to the left. And each time it comes out to a different number. If you look at the way it's written, the first one is Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey, with all Yuds. The Hey, the Vav, Yud, Vav, and the Hey, Yud, the Hey. If you add that up, it comes out to 72. Ayin Beis, 72. Underneath that, you have Bria. The first two are the same. Yud, Hey are the same. But the Vav doesn't have a Vav, Yud, Vav. It's Vav, Aleph, Vav. So that takes away 9. Before there was 10 up on top was the Yud. Now it's going to be 9 missing. So it's Vav, Aleph, Vav. And the Hey Yud at the end is the same. So 72 take away 9. You have 63. Sad. The third one, Yitzira, is Yud, Hey, Vav, Hey. It's all with Alephs. All with Alephs. And if you add that up, it comes to 45. So let's add all three of them up together. 72, 63, and 45 comes out to exactly 180. Lahadlik is therefore 180. The word lahadlik, it comes out to 180. Add it up, you'll see. Let's add up lahadlik together. 2 lamids, the word lahadlik. 2 lamids is 60, correct? 60. The kuf is 100. There's 160. Then you have a yud there, 107. Then you have a hey and dalid, which is 9. So 179. Plus the word itself as a whole is one more. So it's a kolel, it's called the kolel, plus 179 equals 180. So now you're bringing down chai, you're bringing down life, multiplied by 10. You want to bring down a spiritual living. You want to bring it down. We say the word lahadlik. I want to enlighten. I want to give life. I want to give life to this lower world. I want to bring down the life to this world. 10 times chai, 180. I want to bring it down. When I say the word lahadlik, my kavanah is to bring down the light. Now look at the word at the very bottom. Underneath that you have the lahadlik ner Chanukah. Before the word, after the word ner, you have lahadlik ner Chanukah. You see that? Lahadlik ner Chanukah. Look at the dalet, look at the lamed, and the nun and the ches. It's underlined. You see that? Lahadlik ner Chanukah. Not at the very bottom. Not at the very bottom. At the end of the first section. The last line of the first section. You have the word lahadlik ner Chanukah. The lamed and the nun and the ches are underlined. Why are they underlined? Because if you rearrange those letters, it comes out to the word nachal. Lahadlik ner Chanukah. La nu cha. That's nachal. What is a nachal? Nachal is a stream. I want the energy to come down from Shemayim in a flow. I want it to come down, to stream down. A nachal. It's a stream. And it says right to the left of that, Hamshachas or Elyon Limata. I want to bring down the or from above. I want to bring it down in the stream the below. So I'm saying lahadlik. Lahadlik. I'm saying the word lahadlik slowly. I'm not going to say lahadlik ner Chanukah, lahadlik ner Chanukah. No. Hashem Elokeinu lahadlik. And when I'm saying the word lahadlik, I can draw it out, and then I have to go to the next word. I can stop for a moment and think. What am I saying with lahadlik? What am I thinking? And I look at the top 3. The Atzilus, the Bria, Yitzira. I'm bringing them down to the last one, Asiya. That's what I think when I say the word like. Lahadlik, and I'm looking at the top 3. I want to bring those 3 down to the last one, to Asiya. Lahadlik, and I can stop for a moment. I don't have to say the next word shel or ner. I get to the word lahadlik. I look at the page in front of me. This is what I'm doing. I'm bringing down the spiritual lights of the upper world to the lower worlds. Okay. After the word lahadlik, we have the word ner. Take a look at the word ner. How much is ner in gematria? It comes out to resh is 200, and the nun is 50. So ner is 50. Okay. So When I take these energies from the upper worlds and I bring them down, I cause something to be enlightened. What is the result of my kavanos and my words? What is the result? I am creating something which is called a ner. What is this ner? What is this ner? What am I creating? It doesn't mean only a physical candle or a physical cup of oil. What am I doing in the spiritual world? I'm creating a ner. I'm creating something which is enlightening, something which gives light. What is it that gives light? What gives light is something very interesting. In order to give light, you have to have two things coming together, and the result is light. Two energies come together, they produce something which is called light, or we want to call it a candle. And this happens at various levels. It could be coming together at a higher level, coming together at a medium level, and come together at a lower level. But there's two energies coming together, and the result is going to be that there's light which is given off. That's what happens when you say the word ner. Ner is something which is enlightening, something which burns, something which has a light to it. And what is that light made up of? Take a look what the light is made up of. Take a look. Under the word Baruch, ner, you had Ladlik, then you have ner. Ner is equal to 250. What's 250? Where did that come from? You take a look to the left of that, you have Yud Hey Vav Hey and Aleph Hey Yud Hey. That's Havaya and Ekia. That is two energies combining one with the other. Yud Hey Vav Hey, as we're familiar with that. That's the Shem, the regular Shem Hashem. The second one is the Shem Eheyeh, which also we're familiar with that one. You take those two, combine them, and you give off energy. You cause a light to shine where those two are combined. That's a high level. The mediocre, medium level is the same thing, Havaya and Elokim. Havaya and Elokim. So you have again, Yud Kei Vav Kei and Elokim, and I wrote it out with a hey there. There also is a lower level of energy, but it's still Hashem, lower level of energy, and combine that with the Havaya Elokim, you get a number. We'll see what the numbers are in a minute. And the last level, the lowest level, is when they have the Havaya and Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud. If you add all of them up, it comes out to 250. Let's do it together. How much is 26 and 21? Who can you add it up together? You put it on your computer. 26 and 21. 47. All right, remember 47. Then you have 26 and 86. Okay, and then you have 26 and 65.
91 is it that? 91. 91.
That's 91. Correct. So we had. Let me write it down myself. Here, let's go again. The first one was the last one is 91. 26 and 65. 91. Then we have 26 and 86. Would you say 112? 112. Okay. 112. Then we had 26 and 21. All right. So let's add it all up. See if it's right. 91, 112, and 21 and 26. We said is 47. 47. So 7 2 is 9. Is 1. 4 1 is 5. 5 1 is 9 and 1 is 10. 15. Exactly 250. Exactly 250. That is what Ner. Isn't that it? It's a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Ner is 250. Reish is 200 and Ner is 50. 250. So he's telling you what gives light. What is a Ner? You know what gives light? Spiritual light. If you take the Shemos of Hashem and combine them in the right way, you're going to get spiritual light, which we call in the physical world a Ner. But it's really a spiritual light that you're creating when you say the word Ner. How did you make this light? What did you do? You brought down the energies when you said the word Lahadlik. You brought down energies with your kavanah. with your kavanah and the words that you said in the Hadlik, you brought down from the Atzilus, you brought down 72. From the Bri, you brought down 63. From the Yitzir, you brought down 45, which comes out to 180. That's Chai, that's life. You brought that down, and you're giving life to these combinations now of Havai and Ekir 21, Havai Elokim 112, Havai Admi 65. Altogether, it comes out to 250. That is Nun Resh Ner. You have now created a spiritual light, which we call Ner. How many letters are there in that altogether? So you have to take a look. The next word after the word is Chanukah, correct? Chanukah, correct? Chanukah is made up of two words. Chanukah. Rested. Chanu means they rested here. What rested here? All the energies that I brought down are resting here. Which energy did I bring down? Ka, Kaf Hey. 25 letters. Where do you have 25 letters? Let's think. 25 letters. The first, in there, you have 25 letters. How do you have 25 letters? Yud Hey Vav Hey is 4 times, and you do that 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Then you have another 4, and 12 and 4 is 16. And then you have Elokim, 16 and 5 is 21. And then you have the last, Adni, number 4, 21 and 4 is 25 exactly. Chanukah, 25 letters, which are Havai Ekir, Havai Elokim, Havai Adnei, rested here in this world by this menorah because of my kavanos, my actions and my covenant. I said, Li Adlik, I think of the 180, Ner, I'm making up those, bringing down for the 180, those kochos of life, I'm bringing them down into a Ner, and I'm making that Ner a spiritual Ner. Havaya Ekia, Havaya Elokim, and Havaya Adni. I'm making that a Ner. It's coming in 250. That's Chanu. It rested here. Those energies. Chaf Hey in the in Chanukah, in the Chanukiah. Okay, and I did that. How? By making a stream. Lahad Miknei Chanukah. I made a Nachal. I made a Naftali. I brought it all down with a Nachal in a stream of flow. Okay, so this is the first bracha. Please look at it again now and see if you understand it. If you don't, please ask a question, because we're not going to meet again before Chanukah. Next time we meet is next Sunday. It'll be in the middle of Chanukah, ready the 5th day. But I want you to have it ready for the first day even. So please take a look at it and see if you're able to use it. If you'll be able to use it the night of Chanukah, Wednesday night. If you don't have any questions, I'm assuming that you'll be able to get by with it. That's what I'm assuming.
The first night is Wednesday.
Wednesday night is the first night. Yeah. Okay. Please, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. I left my cell phone number on the top left side there. If you have any questions, please call. Please call. And I'll see the call, even if I don't answer you. And I may not be able to answer you at that moment, but I'll see the call and I'll get back to you. Believe that, I'll get back to you. So please call. Okay. Let's go to the next brother. Next brother, Sha'asa Nisim. Now, this is also split up into two. The word Sha'asa is split up into two. The first half and the second half. You have Shin Ayin and then Shin Hey. It's all one word in Hebrew, Sha'asa Nisim. But if you want to think about it Kabbalistically and how all the Svarim HaKadoshim, how they split it up, it's the following way. Shin Ayin, the first 2 letters, is 370. How do you get 370? A Shin is 300 and Ayin is 70. But let's call it converting it to Shemos of Hashem. What makes the Haptakas a din? What sweetens the din? You need Shemos, which represent Chesed. Chesed sweetens din. Din is something which is very firm and very, very strict, and we don't want that. To have a nes, you cannot go by the rules, the strict rules of nature. A nes, a miracle, means you're overcoming the rules of nature. You're breaking the rules of nature. So we want to do that. That's what happens on Chanukah. And we're saying that. Sha'asa Nisim. He made Nisim in the past. There was a miracle. Because instead of the candle, the can of oil in the base of Midrash lasting 1 day, it lasted 8 days. So that was only 1 day. There were other Nisim that happened there too. But that was a simon of all the other Nisim. And that was done in the base of Mikdash, the Makom, the central place of place. And how do we get there? The Chesed breathing they did? Very simple. Take a look. Shin Ayin is 370. How do you get 370 in Shemas of Hashem? So you have there the word El. The word El is from the Yud Gimel Nis of Rachamim. Hashem, El, Racham, V'chamim, Erech, Apayim, V'chesed, Yemes. So the Aleph Lamed, if you spell out Aleph Lamed, and Aleph is spelled Aleph Lamed Pei. You see that? An Aleph equals Aleph Lamed Pei. A Lamed is spelled Lamed Mem Dalet. That's the word El. El spelled out in the expanded form, and Aleph is Aleph Lamed Pei, and Lamed is Lamed Mem Dalet. If you add that up and you multiply it by 2, because there are 2 words, El. Why 2? I mean, saying, how did we get 2? Where did we get the 2 from? Try to remember why we have twice. Hashem, we have Hashem twice. Kel Racham V'chamim. I don't remember why it's twice 2, but if you double it, it comes out to 370. El doubled comes out to 370. Let's figure it out. Let's see how much it is. Lamed, how much is a Lamed? Lamed is 30. You have it 30, and Mem Dalet is 39, right? Lamed is 39. Lamed is 30, and Mem Dalet. Huh? Okay, excuse me. All right. I was thinking about the, well, all right. Let's try it that way. Let me see. So it's 30, and then you have 44. 30 and 44. Then you have Aleph Lamed Pei. So a Pei is 80, and the Lamed is 30. So it's 111, correct? 111. 5, 3, 4, 7, 8, 185. So that will come out. Those will come out. How do you get 370? Again, it has to be exact. Try to remember now. Aleph Lamed. How much is Aleph Lamed? Let's say if you figure
31.
Aleph is 1. Lamed is 30. 31, and then a Pei is 80. Right? So you have 80 and 30. Right? It's 110, and the Aleph is 111, correct? Then you have Lamed again 30, and then you have Mem Dalet 30 and 44. So I didn't see how it comes out to exactly 370. So I forget how they made the cheshbon here. 370. Times 2 is 370. I don't know how you get it. Yes. Oh yeah, 185 times 2 is 370. Exactly. Of course it's right. Sure it's right. You take 185, which is Aleph Lamed Pei and Lamed Mem Dalet, comes out to 185 times 2 is 370. That's exactly 3. That's the Shin Ayin. So the twice Aleph Lamed is twice 300. Comes to 300. That's Shin Ayin. That's Shin Ayin She'asa. Then the last 2 is Samach is Shin Hey. Shin Hey is spelled equals to Shem Hashem Elokim. Elokim is spelled out that way. Elokim. Aleph Lamed Pei is the Aleph, and the Lamed of Elokim is Lamed Dal. Then the Hey is regular Hey Yud. Then Yud Vav Dalet Mem Mem. That comes out to 305. 305 is Shin Hey. So the Shin Ayin is what sweetens the Shin Hey. The Aleph Lamed is the name of Chesed. The name of Chesed sweetens the name of Din. So that's what it says up on top there on the capital, the caption underlined there. She'asa nisim laham tikadin. The word kale again is 370 because it's Aleph Lamed twice. 185 times 2 is 370, and then the Shin Hey is Elokim by itself. Add it up, Elokim by itself comes up to 305. So the She'asa. So when you say the second bracha, She'asa nis lavaseinu. So you have to say it slowly. She, and you think that Shin Ayin is the meter of Aleph Lamed Pei of Kale, which is doubled and comes out to 370. That is going to sweeten the Din, the Shin Hey at the end. She'asa. So the meter of Rachamim, the meter of Chesed, is sweetening the meter of Din. Okay, so that's it. Then you have the Shechianu, of course. So they only make that the first night, but the other nights you don't make Shechianu. So you have these two brachas. That's basically it. Any questions?
We'll have the video.
That's true. You're able to see the video also. Correct. So again, let's please look it over and see right now. Before it's better than call me up in the middle of the week or whatever. See right now if you can go over it and you understand what you have to do, and ask the question at this point now. It's the best time right now when we just learned it.
Multiplying something by 2.
That's a good question. You mean why the 370? Why? I don't remember. I have to check. I have to check where it came from. But that's. I mean, how you get to 370? Otherwise, it's only 185. You're right. I mean, I have to find out why we do that. But that's. I'm sure it's explained there. I don't know why. I don't remember. It's a good question. All right. Anything else?
Procedural question, right?
Yeah.
You set up the menorah.
Yes.
You start on the right-hand side. You light up the
Well, the first night there's only one side.
But during the week you add candles. You start on the right. Load candles from the right to left.
That's the way we do it.
Left, light.
But then you light
the light. We light the new candle first.
Yeah.
And we go to the right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
It's a general rule that every time we turn, this is the Chazal say, always look towards the right. So you start from the left, you go towards the right. If you're starting on the right, then you go to the left. That you're giving cover to the left. We don't like the left. We always like the right. The right is always a symbol of chesed. So we always go towards the right. So therefore we start on the left side and we go towards the right.
Right, left hand.
It doesn't make a difference, but it doesn't matter. We look back, the menorah.
But from the other side, from the outside,
Excuse me?
people see it.
Yeah, the opposite, right? But they understand. But you could turn the menorah around afterwards if you want. After you light, you can turn it around.
Dangerous.
Okay.
No, there's no Chabad or Rechavia menorah.
For what?
Last year, Rabbi Goldberg gave out this. Remember?
The candles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I think I've been a good while.
he didn't say about this year.
Huh?
They don't have it this year. So.
I don't know. They might.
You go to the office.
I would say, even if a person uses candles, he can still have the kabbalas. The only thing he doesn't have is the shemen. He's not filling it up with oil like the last one on the bottom. But the other kabbalas of the Havlik, Ner, and Shos and Nisim can have that on the candles too. That doesn't matter. Okay, that's it for today, Rabbi Sai. We should have a very, very happy and eventful Chanukah. Should be Besuras Tovas. All the Yeshuas are called Nachamas.
Sweet Hanukkah.
Sweet Hanukkah, right.